Let me give you a quick overview and a demonstration of Jazz Chat. Jazz Chat is an AI that's custom built to search through the entire music savvy repository of books and interviews, courses, blog posts. Think of it as a super index that can interact with you about jazz playing, history, stories, pro tips, and it can respond in any way you wish. Ask it to elaborate on an answer or answer you in a different language or just describe things simpler for maybe a younger student, or as Shakespeare would have said it. But let me give you an example. Let's ask it a very broad question. So, you want to know some of the best ways to improve your improvisation, right? Well, let's ask. So, what are the best ways to improve my skill at improvisation? For each tip, provide the lesson, book, interview, or blog post from which I can learn more. Now notice that I ask for resources where I could learn more, because remember, Jazz Chat is finding its answers from within every word of my courses, lessons, books with Lieb and Richie Byrek and others, interviews and blog posts. So if you want to find more detail on one of those topics or tips, you can find it within the Music Savvy resources that you have access to as a Jazz Circle member, especially as a Jazz Mastery member. So here's the answer from Jazz Chat to the question, how can I improve my improvisation? 1. Use constraint exercises. By limiting your choices while improvising, such as the number of notes or rhythms, you can focus on specific aspects of your skill, such as rhythm or melodic creativity. This concept is discussed in the lesson titled The Beauty of Constraint in the Improvisation Savvy course. 2. Transcribe solos. Transcribing solos helps internalize the musician's vocabulary and improvisational fluency without copying their licks. This extends to the ear training aspect and leads to better improvisational fluency. This is covered in the lesson Transcribing in the Pocket Jazz course, as well as the chapter on transcribing in the book by Richie Byrek entitled A Framework for Jazz Mastery. 3. Practice scales differently. Avoid traditional scale practice by incorporating methods like starting scales from the top note, using the circle of fifths, and following chord progressions. This is explained in the lesson Practicing Scales in the Pocket Jazz course. 4. Improve rhythmic skills. Focus on creating interesting rhythms by singing or whistling to eliminate the distraction of your instrument, allowing you to hone rhythmic ideas. This approach is detailed in Pocket Jazz under various rhythm-focused lessons. 5. Embrace ear training. In his interview with Michael Lake, Charles McPherson emphasized that jazz is an ear music, suggesting that the ear-brain connection is crucial in music creation and improvisation. McPherson encourages exercises where musicians sing a pitch and then find it on their instrument, thereby strengthening the connection between what they hear and what they play. This practice helps musicians internalize their instrument as an extension of themselves, aiming for a seamless integration of ear and instrument. 6. Find your unique voice. Discover your own musical style instead of imitating your musical heroes, as recommended by Dave Liebman through stories of his own self-discovery in the book The Art of Skill. So ask it questions and drill down further on its answers, or ask it to give you the response, in a different way. And check out the resources it provides if you ask for those resources, so that you can get the most out of everything that Music Savvy has to offer, and in the end, making you a much better improviser and more knowledgeable about this music. So I'm excited for you to find a world of possibilities from this one-of-a-kind jazz resource called Jazz Chat.